talked about it yesterday, just that chip on your shoulder. Everyone talking about a neutral AFC championship game, not even thinking about you guys. How much did that motivate you coming into this?
You better send those refunds.
I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. Back-to-back champs, kings of the north with it. Thinking they can hang with us, still ain't jumped out the porch with it. Long bomb to chase every Sunday, watch him go and get it. Double up on him, then we gon' double down on T. Higgins. Then throw Boyd in the mix, now you really iffy. Every Sunday showing boys how to really gritty. They try to shuffle up the game on us, but they ain't icky. Flip the coin, kick the toe right to the go and get it. Never know what's gonna happen when Joe drop back. He get shiesty in the pocket, I get shiesty on the track. Nobody on the team all pro, that's all cap. Most all around team in the NFL, that's all fact. Ain't came across nobody yet that seem like they can hang with us. They said we couldn't be Buffalo, but see how we call they bluff. Underdogs every week, they keep on trying to label us. Put your money on us, even if Vegas don't favor us. No matter what, we really came up, now it's hard to fail. I dare you come across that middle, Von gon' ring your bell. I know we under they skin, them boys built frail. Eli Apple out there chirping like a next tail. You don't want Salmon Trey to come off them ends. Rita clogging up the middle like a big body Benz. Right behind them Logan and Pratt, the turnover twins. Jesse Bates in the backfield just to clean up the loose ends. We just drafted Cam and drafted Hill. Instant gratification every time that they on the field. We can't go back to what we was, cause that's the loser way. It's been hard to throw on us since we picked up a Woozier. It's like win after win, feel like we could really do it. Zach Taylor doing the same for the city, I give it to him. And I bet Samazi will find a hole if you give it to him. Hayden Hurst don't need a hole, he just plan on running through him. Just hand it off to 28 and let him do the dash. Getting hit by BJ Hill probably feel like a car crash. Every week it seem like Lou digging deeper in his bag. And if the game on the line, all my favorite money match. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up.
What do we say, y'all?
They gotta play us! That's right, y'all. They gotta play us. What's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the back-to-back AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals. Now, do me a favor, if you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,350 subscribers. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you're watching on Twitter, X, or Facebook, and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button and the bell for the notification. Every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you got something you want to ask Harrison, the comedian, about, his different comedy shows he's got coming on, how he's feeling about the Bengals, or you just want to give me support for the show, give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from this glorious place. It's the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know what? I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing the Reds because we're only a game out of first place. Or not first place. Game out of the playoffs. So I'm wearing red stuff. But most of the time I wear Jackpot Joey stuff. We got hats. We got banners. We got shirts. We got all kinds of stuff there. We got hoodies because it's getting a little cooler. If you want any of this stuff, make sure you go to jackpotjoey9.com. Portions of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund, the Joe Burrow Foundation. The beer is out. It's at Brink Brewery and most major Kroger's. Same thing there. Portions of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Foundation. What is up to everybody in the chat? Strangers in the first. Nayron's in there. Brad, Paul, Ross, Crip, Detangler T? I think it's how I say it. Robert, what's up? And John. What is going on, everybody? All right. We know it's about to change. Our fortune's about to change. You know why? Because Joe Burrow cut his hair. That's the biggest headline today. That haircut got us to a Super Bowl and 2 AFC championships. So they asked Joe today about why he cut his hair. Here's his thoughts.
For all the kids out there that want to get a Joe Burrow haircut, there's a bunch of them. Help their parents out. What is a Joe Burrow haircut?
You're looking at it. I don't even know what to tell people. They just make it happen.
How do you know it's time to get a haircut?
When you have a game like that on Sunday.
There you go. It's time to change it up. We're changing it back to the way it was because We're going to whoop the Ratbirds' ass. Anyway, let's get to my boy. He is coming from his home studio, the car. It's Harrison, the comedian. What's up, Harrison? How you doing, buddy?
What's up? What's up? How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Hey, you were at RJ Simmons with us this past weekend. We had a great time. Too bad the Bengals the offense decided not to show up. But new haircut for Joe. You got your Jackpot Joey stuff on. I don't even have mine on today because, like I said, the Reds are a game out of the playoffs. But how are you feeling coming out of last weekend, going into this weekend?
I'm feeling relieved. We got the old Joe Burrow back now. We got the clean cut, so I'm feeling good. I believe in it. It was rough, but it was so bad it can't get any worse. So
I think you said that on Sunday.
Yeah, it's only up from here. I don't think it will get any worse than what we saw.
Right.
So I'm not stressing too much.
No, I'm not stressing at all. I mean, obviously the Ratbirds are playing them, and again, there's a lot of injured Ravens, and they're constantly one of the most injured teams in the NFL. And yeah, they won, but they really didn't look all that great either themselves. I mean, Lamar got better as the game went along, but he still didn't play all that awesome. Now, Our offense historically is way more dynamic than what they have. So I don't see us back-to-back weeks coming out and laying an egg like we did this week. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's going to be a tough game. It's AFC North battle. I get all that. The Bengals are 3 points, 3.5 favorites right now. I mean, I'm not worried. I don't want to go start out 0-2. I mean, we did that last year, especially in the division. That's going to be hard. But you pretty confident going into the game?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I know, that energy and just the look on their faces walking into the locker room, you could just tell. It was just oh no, this ain't gonna never happen again. It was just one of those days. We all had those days in life, at work, and everything where you just know it's not gonna happen again. I refuse. I know they refuse to go 2 weeks playing like that. It's not possible.
Exactly. And we got the Ravens killer number 2. We got Jamar Chase, so he's going to go off. Now, Joe, I got another clip here from Joe's press conference today. This is how Joe, what his thoughts are on facing the Ratbirds.
Well, they run the ball really well on offense, so it limits your possessions, and then their defense is tough, physical. They're very sound in their scheme. They do a great job of sending blitzes at you that you don't see on tape before. They have a lot of great week-to-week game plan stuff, so you have to be able to adapt well to it. They got good players, good coach, good scheme. It's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, good, not great. I mean, yeah, Lamar Jackson. And see, look, I get tired of hearing about Lamar Jackson. Oh, he's a former MVP. That was 6 years ago. Yeah. I mean, he hasn't. I mean, the last couple of years, Lamar's been hurt. He has not played up to what he was before. Will he get there? I don't know. That's where I'm not that scared, to be honest.
I feel it. After we made the adjustments with, speed on defense and, we handled our ends very well. Linebackers can tackle, safeties come down and tackle. As long as we stop that pass, don't get killed on the run, I feel like we go. Of course, you're not going to shut Lamar Jackson down fully, but you keep him contained. I think it's just gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle.
And it's gonna be a battle. Yeah, it's gonna be a tight game. I mean, every game I think about the one in Baltimore. That was when we didn't start off too good. But I mean, the week before the playoff game and the playoff game, those were definitely battles last year.
Yeah, sure. And that's what it's always gonna be. Especially with the Ravens, and I mean, just our whole division is always tough. But I think we're gonna be ready for it, man. I know Joe. He's ready, and I know the offense is ready because they did not show up, and
they weren't there.
Nah, they wasn't. And if our defense come out playing the way they did last week, getting turnovers and everything, I mean, you just can't put the defense out there over and over again.
Right.
They're gonna get wore down. But I feel like we gonna have the energy in the stadium is gonna be electrical.
Oh yeah, exactly. Now, funny you bring that up because Joe did talk about playing at home. Let me play that clip right now and how much he's looking forward to that. Yeah, this one.
This is a great place to play. We always feel like we have an advantage when we play here. Defense fans make it tough on their offense to communicate, and as quarterback, I know how difficult that is on the road when that happens.
And that's the thing, man. I am excited as hell to get there. We're going to get there early. I'm going to be loud. I'm going to cheer my freaking head off. And I think everybody's going to be like that just because we know last weekend wasn't the Bengals. That wasn't them. And get back to the defense. Dax Hill, people were worried about the safeties. Dax Hill came up with a pretty good interception last week. So the worry about our two safeties of how they're going to play together. I mean, no, it's not Bates and Bell, but they played pretty damn good together, I thought.
Right. Yeah. I'm telling you, the defense, I feel really confident after seeing how they played last week and like the potential of getting off the field on third downs, stopping a run for what they did until the second half. But like even the passing game, like it wasn't like we were getting beat, nothing crazy. It just fatigue, getting tired after not being able, to catch a win. You got to 3 and out, right back. Now we're doing it again. Like we was asking a lot from the defense. But if we could, keep time on offense, let the defense rest. Oh man, I think they play well.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I hate keep banging the drum on this or beating a dead horse, however you want to say it, but it just nothing worked offensively, nothing, and and it's across the board. That's where it's just like, and that just comes from not playing in the preseason. Now, one thing Joe did say at a press conference, I don't have this clip, but he did mention the rain and how it was. He kind of mentioned how it was more of a mist that it kind of stuck on the ball, and it surprised him, which I don't know. I think that's kind of weird that they didn't know it was going to rain the whole time because Joey ran out of the locker room and he said it was like a downpour and he was surprised.
Yeah, they said it was. I know people that was down there. They said it seemed like it was only raining at the stadium. Like,
well, it is Cleveland. I mean, come on.
I'm like, of course. Like out of all days, like they said it was nice the whole other the other weekend days down there. But on Sunday, they walk out the hotel room and it's just ugly and nasty. So it's like they said it wasn't even rain on the forecast. So I highly doubt we brought the right equipment to, be looking for a rainy, misty, nasty Cleveland day, of course. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. There's always a dark cloud over Brown Stadium anyway. It just happened to open up on us while we were there. Now, got some news here on the injury front here. Joseph Osai, this is from Kelsey Conway. Joseph Osai, Bengals getting encouragement from Joseph Osai returning to the practice field in limited fashion. However, Logan Wilson popped up on the injury report, limited participation with the ankle, and same with Cam Sample, both of them limited with an ankle. I think they're limited. They were dressed. They practiced a little bit. I think they're all going to play. I'm not that worried about it. But if you go look at the injured list for the Ratbirds, there's a lot of guys there that are on that list. Now, I don't know how many of them are going to play.
Right.
And that's where I always go back. See, this is where Harrison, that always, like, Bengals fans, we get a little upset with Zach because he didn't play anybody in the preseason, and we come out and lay an egg in the first game like that. But we had one player, Joseph Osai was the only one that was injured that couldn't play.
Okay.
The Ratbirds go and celebrate winning 23 preseason games in a row, and then they're injured the whole time. So this is where Zach has got to try to figure out a middle ground. I think they got to be able to play a little bit in the preseason, so we don't come out and just look like ass. I mean, let's be honest. I mean the game one was the Bengals preseason game. I mean it was the first time they had everybody on the field to do anything, and it looked like it.
Yeah, it definitely did. But then I look at it too. If you look at it, the Bills played like crap. The Kansas City Chiefs played like crap. You got Pittsburgh play like it was just a crappy week all over of football. Like, I mean, for all aspects of different teams, like you look at it, and it's just like I just don't know what this week one was of football for, fantasy wise, sports betting, actually being a fan of teams. Like, it was literally wild. Like, I'd never seen a week one like this ever.
Yeah, like, all the top teams lost. I mean,
and you got Aaron Rodgers going down with the Achilles, and everybody thinking, oh, here comes the Jets, and then now they winning on a punt, like, from a kid that almost didn't make the team. It's just like, what is this? What is week one of football?
It was a crazy week. I mean, like you said, I mean, the Jets game, I mean, they lose Aaron Rodgers. All Josh Allen has to do, hell, they could have knelt down and run the ball. Every freaking player would have won that game. And
Yeah.
swinging down the field, he threw one. He would missed his wide receiver by 5 yards, and the Jets guy like ran under it and caught
Right
it.
under. Yep.
I'm like, I just could not believe how bad Josh Allen played because of they were winning. They were already winning, and they had Aaron Rodgers out. It was their game, and they just flat gave it to him.
Yeah. Like I said, this week one for a lot of teams is one they want to forget and hurry up and get to week 2. So I know we one of those teams, but it's a lot of people out there scratching their head and wondering what is going on with our teams right now. But like I say, I like the Bengals. I like how tight and family oriented we are. So I know we not worried. We gonna be back.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine. Like again, we are not saying that we're going to smash the Ratbirds. I do this every year. I think we're going to smash the first team we play. I've been wrong every time, and unfortunately, I hate to do this, but we got to give credit to Cleveland. That defense is pretty damn good, and with them moving Myles Garrett around everywhere, I mean, literally, he was doing the crossover. Go straight up the middle, gets Ted Karras. I mean, he never came up the middle before. He was either left side or right side. Now they got to come up the middle. They got a hell of a defense.
Yeah. It's just, now we see how they play this week. Well, we got to play one more time. And I promise it ain't going to be the same. It ain't going to be the same.
Right. And we're going to have a Harrison video of in the car laughing at him.
For sure.
And the offensive line, I mean, honestly, didn't play horrible. They didn't play great. And they can improve for sure.
Right.
So there's lots of nuggets in here that we're not going to play that bad. You just there's too many. I mean, Travion came out and was talking about third down. He goes, "We did okay, but we can do better." He goes, "I'm the third down back. I need to do better." That's across the board. That's just
not one person. It's the whole team.
I mean, our punter, Brett Robinson, he even came out and said that he sucked.
I've never seen a punter punt so much in my life. Like, that was ridiculous. I'm like, damn. Like, this is, here he go again. Like,
he's going to have to
he could at least punt the ball. Like, yeah, but, that was just.
He had to ice his leg up at the end of that game.
For sure.
And he's another one. I'm not, I mean, honestly, the way he punted, he didn't do any better than what Kevin Huber did in his last couple of games. But again, I've seen him in practice. I'm not worried about him. He's got a hell of a leg and a hell of a hang time. So it's just rust. It's just they didn't freaking play. And that's where – and I said this, Harrison. I think Zach tried to change it up a little bit in training camp to try to avoid – this, they practiced in helmet to pads more often. It was more intense than other training camps of Zach Taylor's have been. But you just can't what am I trying to say? Consolidate, not consolidate, but you can't make a game situation. You can't make it like a real game. You just can't do that unless you play the game, even if it is a preseason game.
Yeah, because it's not game speed. It's not the sound. It's nothing like that. It's still practice. Your guy's not really being hit. They're just, thudding up, letting go, not really going 100%. So it's definitely different. And which is why, yes, they do need to get some more preseason snaps. But, I mean, I just think everybody kind of panicked once Joe went down so early.
Yeah.
And it was like, we don't want to get anybody else hurt. So It's like, if they not going to get reps with Joe, guess they don't need to get reps at all. But
right.
I mean, I guess that's the theory now. But yeah, we definitely need to get some more game reps going.
Exactly. I got one more clip here on Joe of how he goes about attacking Baltimore's defense, or just attacking defense in general, and just his offensive philosophy. Going into to this next week here.
I'm always going to take what the defense gives me. Get the ball in my guys' hands, let them go make plays. Baltimore's a great defense. They tackle really well. they make it tough on you to create explosives after the catch, and that's always the challenge when you're playing with them.
And that's the thing is we didn't have any explosive plays. I mean, the wide receivers, they weren't even getting space. I mean, the passes Joe was throwing to them, yeah, they were high, they were behind, which Joe kind of had to do that because there wasn't any place to throw it. There wasn't separation. I mean, Jamar even came out, called them elves, before the game, and then he's like, damn, we lost to the elves, So, just the whole thing just did not work.
Yeah, the only positive that we got out of that game was we know Joe Mixon could run a little bit. Like,
yeah,
I haven't seen a spark in him like that in a while, and that was good to see that we could create some type of holes, but it didn't last long.
right.
But you got to take what you get out of that. But that was about it. The highlight of the offense, Joe Mixon, running a couple times. But
hey, I got a feeling Joe's going to have a breakout year this year. I know any indication Sunday. Like you said, he ran with more spark, more authority. Just the holes weren't there. Like I said, that defense was just fired up to play us. Now, one thing that happened yesterday that I was surprised about, and a lot of Bengals fans I think were surprised about, is the release of La'el Collins. Were you surprised by that one?
Yeah, I was really scratching my head on that because I'm like, I thought he was on a verge of coming back. I think it was like week 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I saw him walking around training camp, and it was like the one little clip where he was like grabbing a pad. So I don't know what that was about. I'm praying that it was for T's sake, and we could get that, save some money with cap room space. I don't know. And maybe he wasn't as healthy as we thought. It's just a lot of questions.
Yeah, I've had about 24 hours to sit on it here, and I think it's more of getting cap room in general with all the guys they signed, and because they were up against the cap, the closest they've ever been in the history of the Bengals.
Right.
So, and I really do think they like Deontay Smith. I really do think they really trust him and what he has grown into and being that swing tackle for us. So I think it's a mixture of that and maybe La'el wasn't progressing, like they had hoped. And, because the thing is, that's a lot of money to pay a backup tackle guard for someone who you hope honestly never plays. I mean, he might play your swing tackle, your goal lines, goal line offense or something like that. I mean, I wanted to keep him just because of the way our offensive line has gotten injured at the end of the season the last couple of years. Now, I just hang on for that. But, it's just it was shocking, but, the Bengals have made so many right moves and so many of the right things that there's a reason that we're, I hate to say it, I do think it's money. It goes toward T. I don't know, but I mean, you've signed Logan, you signed Pratt, you signed Trey Henderson, you've signed Joe Burrow, all these guys to contract extensions this offseason or restructured Mixon, all this different stuff. So the Bengals were up against the cap as close as they've ever been, and maybe they just made them a little nervous in case somebody else gets hurt and they gotta go try to pick somebody up. They just want to make sure they had a little bit of wiggle room in there in that salary cap to try to go get that person.
For sure. Yeah. It's one of those things where you just gotta trust the process.
Right.
You can't question it, just be like, all right, well, he gone.
Yeah.
It was good while it lasted, but it's all right. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Next.
I hope it's for money for T. That would be great. But I'm pretty sure T and his agent came out, was it Monday or is it? I think it was, said that they're not going to negotiate during the season. So
right. So
that's where I'm like, yeah. So it's like, okay, you save the money to put toward T, but if they're not going to talk to you till after the season, you could have just kept La'el.
Yeah. It's one of those things that's grown folks' business, as they used to tell me. We don't get involved in grown folks' business. We let them folks do what they do.
Exactly.
We got what we asked for.
Exactly. Now, one big thing that I'm excited for this week, it looks like there's nothing official yet, but it looks like Joseph Osai most likely play this weekend.
No,
And Harrison, he looks like a man on a mission. We all
for
know,
sure.
at the end of the AFC Championship game, and he's an emotional guy, and he obviously didn't want to make that play or whatever, or get that penalty. I just feel like watching him in preseason, watching him in training camp, he's going to take a step this year.
Oh yeah,
He might be him and Trey Henderson. And Trey has been playing awesome. Those two, I think, are going to really get some pressure on quarterbacks this year. Hopefully it's Lamar. Now with Lamar and the new offense of him trying to get the passing game going and him staying in the pocket more, I think that bodes well for the Bengals. That's what we want Lamar to do, in that pocket. I don't want him getting outside and doing the video game stuff where he's doing a 360 spin and taking it to the house. So I'm more curious of how our pass rush will get to Lamar this year or on Sunday more than it has in the past.
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna mix it up. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna come more from the secondary aspect.
Okay.
Because they got a banged up Mark Andrews. He didn't play last week.
Right.
And Odell was dealing with an ankle. I didn't see their game and what he did, but I saw he had like one connection. And when they got the young Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think it gives us some room to be able to, mix in like some safety blitzes or something. Hopefully Logan Wilson's out there, but send it. It's gonna come from a lot of different ways to where we done drafted with speed, so we got the speed to match up and get back there. So I mean, I think it's gonna be a little trickery on defense for them.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this before. I think our secondary is one of the fastest in the league.
Yeah, I think they said that. We have one of the fastest in the league.
Yeah, those boys can run.
Yeah, I think we're really gonna make Lamar Jackson beat us through the air, which I will take.
I'll take that all day, every day. I mean, look now. I was talking to Corey Dillon about this. He's like, well, he goes, Lamar can throw the ball. I said, I know he can throw it. He's just not as accurate as throwing it. He can get it there. Yeah, he's not consistent. So he's more consistent of making plays outside of the pocket, whether he runs or he buys time and throws it that way. That's what he's more consistent. I think he's more dangerous at.
Yeah, it's more of broken plays with him, where he's scrambling one way, turns back around, comes back. Mark Andrews is wide open down the middle or something, because that's what they're kind of used to. Him moving around, getting the defense lost, and being a secondary player. You only get probably 10 seconds of, I shut him down. Now I got to maneuver and try to figure out where he's going now. Where's the quarterback going? Somebody like Lamar, you're not going to be able to figure that out. So that's where those broken plays getting, 50 yards down the field. Now it's like, damn, that's what Lamar does.
Exactly. And that's the thing is, when the Bengals make the pass rush, they got to make sure they're disciplined and keep the pocket. Just push the pocket, not go up too far where he's got lanes to run through. That's where you got to be disciplined against Lamar. And I think the Bengals have done a good job about that the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's like one of those like QB spies, have somebody spy over, Logan Wilson or Pratt, or throw somebody else, or like I say, have a safety down there in the box that's following, that matches his speed. So it's going. I think it's going to be interesting how we come out and match up with them.
Yeah, I'm really, really curious to see what Ludini cooks up here. Read this comment here from Rob. He said, so can't wait for the redemption tour to start for Osai. Not that I think he needs to be redeemed. Looks like there's something inside. Still feels that bad about the play. I couldn't have said it better. That's
sure.
I think he's. Yeah, I mean that play technically cost us the game, but that's not the only reason we lost that freaking game. I mean, it put them in field goal range and for the game-winning field goal. Yes, if that play doesn't happen, we most likely go into overtime. But there's so many other plays that happened in that game. But yeah, I do feel that Joseph Osai has taken that on his shoulders, and I think he's using it in a good way to motivate him to really up his game.
For sure. Yeah, you definitely, you like that. A player that remembers that play. If you play sports, remember your last play or that play that made or break. You'll never forget that. And all you do is just use that as fuel to, never happen again, or get back to that moment so you could, switch it and change it. Just make that play again. So I feel like that's a great thing to have with him, and I love it because this is going to be more energy and more focused. Focused in on the plays and assignments because you don't want to miss that time. You don't want to make that penalty again. So that's beautiful to me.
And one thing's good is, like I said, the Bengals right now are 3 points, 3.5-point favorite. And I find that encouraging because the Vegas knows what the Bengals did last Sunday is not what they're going to be like, And I know it's a home game, but and that's with the Raptors coming in and them being 1-0 and their offense. I mean, their offense looked better than the Bengals. I mean, hell, you and me out there running routes could have looked better than the Bengals offense probably last Sunday. So that's the other thing is when the money is on the Bengals to win, that tells you that we're not crazy. We look at things through orange colored sunglasses, but everybody else is saying that. And I was watching NFL Live. Dan Orlovsky was kind of talking about Lamar's first half of where he just wasn't in sync with the wide receivers on their breaks, and when his back foot hit and the ball's supposed to be gone. Where that just wasn't there. I got better in the second half. And those are the things that they got to work on. Dan and Swagoo asked Dan Orlovsky, how long do you think it's going to take that for them to really get in sync? He said 4 to 6 weeks. So that ain't this weekend. That ain't this weekend. So that bodes well for the Bengals right there.
For sure. Yeah, that, like I said, with their offense and getting new pieces and stuff, yes, they're professionals and everything, but it's still – you need that chemistry. You need to get that, and it definitely will take some time to understand, how to play with each other. I don't care how good it looks at practice. I don't care how good it looks on the highlight reel. Like in real game, time, it's not going to be as pretty. It's going to take some time.
Another thing I like that Joe was asked in the press conference, or it was something that Zach said, I guess, about Joe in Zach's press conference. And I think people they read this the wrong way. Everybody always wants their coach, their quarterback to be fired up, pissed off that they lost,
Yeah.
But that's not Zach Taylor. That's not Joe Burrow. They are the same whether they win or lose. And Zach said that about Joe. Joe said, yeah, and they said that about Zach. And to me, that's what winning organizations do, winning players do. You're calm in the exciting moments and you're calm in the terrible moments.
For sure.
That's how you know how to handle this stuff. So when people go off about, he should, because I remember people got mad at Marvin Lewis. He should be fiery and more upset and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not really what, that's old. That's old school stuff. They don't do that anymore.
Right. We've been here before. We know what it is. We know what we did. And I just love how George is like, it's just, I mean, it's like, what do you want me to say? You want me to come up here? I can't go cuss you out. I can't point the fingers. It's week one. The season is not made in 1 week. Yeah. Now you ask me, week 5, 6, and it's still the same.
Right.
Now I'm gonna be pissed off and I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah.
But one game, crappy weather, first game back off an injury, and that's all they kept talking about on TV is, oh, he's rubbing his calf. Oh, he's rubbing his knee now. Oh my God, Joe Burrow's wearing a glove. He doesn't like wearing gloves. Like, shut up. Are we just watching what Joe Burrow does on the sideline? Or are we watching the game? Like, it's just every little thing. I'm just like, oh, whatever. Like, it was just hard for me just to even watch the game because it's like, bro, like, just shut up about what he's doing on the sideline. He's stretching his calf now. Like, all right. Another thing is that, like, God.
No, one thing Joe was asked if he hurt his hand during the game. He said no. So they flex his hand or whatever. And one thing, okay, everybody's worried about his calf. Okay, it was a rainy, sloppy mess. He can't get a better test about his calf and playing a football game than that.
Right. It's like, and then, of course, in practice, I want to go 100 because don't want it to happen again. But I'm sure he feels good. Like if he says anything else, it's gonna be breaking news. Joe Burrow said his calf was a little tight. Like let's just forget about the calf, move on from the damn calf, and let's play on Sunday and see what happens.
Exactly, man. All right, so Harrison, you got any comedy shows coming up here around the city?
On the 24th, I will be in Dayton, Kentucky at
Dayton, we down there in Dayton, Kentucky.
I had no idea it was a thing called Dayton, Kentucky, but it is like a new, that's like a newer comedy club. It's like an old sanctuary that they changed into a comedy club now.
Oh yeah.
I'll post it on my page. I'll send it to you, so you guys can come out and come support the show, get you a laugh, and that's on the 24th at 7:30.
24th of this month, September.
Of September.
Cool.
Right before the
And
Monday
what's the
night
name?
game.
What's the name of the place again?
I gotta look. I should have had that. I gotta do better with
Just-
that place. I
just-
know it's called like Comedy Lab. I know it's Comedy Lab, but
You can-
I don't
you
know
can
the
ju-
actual place.
I don't think Dayton, Kentucky's that big. You can just drive around and go, Harrison!
For sure.
Harrison!
For sure.
He just pop out, hey, I'm over here.
What's
up, guys?
Right here. Like, yeah. I think it's like Common Sanctuary. Common Sanctuary. Yeah, something like that.
Well, I'm sure you get the information out so we
I
can find
definitely
you.
will. I definitely will.
So Sunday, you get to do your first prayer of the season.
Yes, sir. The first live prayer at Bengal Gym's tailgate. I will be there. I will be there doing the Bengals prayer and getting the crowd pumped up like I always love doing, and taking that energy into the jungle, Paycor Stadium, and rock it out.
So how did you get hooked up with Jim and doing the prayer? That was something that started last year, right?
Yes, it did start last year. It started last year. I want to say it was before the bye week. Was that when we played Atlanta or the Panthers? I think it was Panthers. That was my first time doing it. It was his name is Dale from Lot 16.
Yeah.
He messaged me and asked did I want to do like a comedy set at a tailgate. I was like, sure, why not? Like,
right.
Had no idea how it was gonna go. I'm like, people trying to party, they don't want to listen to a comedy set, but luckily it went very good. And now we got the Bengals prayer, who they prayer, whatever you want to call it, at Bengal Jeff's tailgates. And I do them, home and away games. If I don't go to the away game, I do it on social media, put it on all platforms. So
is this something you write the night before, or you just do it right off the cuff?
I do it random. Like I have no idea what I'm gonna say.
That's the best way sometimes, man. Just start talking.
I like this past week, I literally had to make the video like I should have blooper sets of how I just stopped talking. Cause I was like, oh, that was dumb, or I say something wrong, or like that was too long. It's a lot that goes into it in this car, in this sanctuary right here.
Studio. That's the mobile studio right there. The car.
Yeah, the Harrison studio is it goes down in here. It goes down in here. But yeah, it comes to me as I'm talking and going, and I just I hope it's good. But it always turns out, I would say, decent.
It's always good, man. It's always good. I appreciate him there. All right, Paul Painter here is asking about the artificial turf. He says, NFLPA wants the artificial turf removed across the league if it's possible. Love to see grass at Paycor. See, I'm not a big grass guy at Paycor because, man, when we had that turf got tore up.
Yeah,
it was bad. That was the reason they got rid of it.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I think the turf is the way to go.
I think they more need I think the players more want the same turf, whatever the turf is.
Yeah, it should be the same everywhere.
Right.
Because some of them have to change cleats. They got shorter cleats, longer cleats, whatever. Like I don't know. I never played on one of those fields before. But with all the stuff changes that they make now, I just think it should be the same.
Yeah, where it's more slippery than others, and like I said, the length of the grass, and it's all different, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think if you're playing basketball, you got a basketball court. They're all the same. You're playing hockey. It's a hockey rink.
Right,
unless the ice melts, and then they're all pretty much the same. Baseball field, most of them are all grass now, but baseball is nowhere close to as hard on grass as football is.
Yeah, because that would even affect how you cut. You got to take shorter steps. You got to chop your field, like all the stuff that goes into it. So yeah, it could throw somebody off their game a little bit until they get comfortable.
Yeah, Yeah, Paul says yesterday's grass said the hybrid grass is better now, but I mean, don't they still get? Aren't they getting chunks that come out of Heinz Field or where the hell they call Pittsburgh's stadium? And that's still like a terrible. Oh, there you are. You went away for a minute.
Yeah, I know what happened.
you're like a magician.
I was like, yeah. All this grass turf talk is.
Yeah, we're done with that. But I mean, I still think the Steelers have a hard time with that too. I mean, I do know the grass is better, but I don't know. I for like Joe said it on his press conference today of more of they want just the same. The people who have turf field have the same kind of turf field. Whatever the Bengals turf field is pretty good because I haven't heard any complaints about it.
Right.
I know the Jets are kind of complaining about the Meadowlands, and maybe that had something to do with Aaron Rodgers' injury. But that's a brand new turf. They just put that in this year.
Right. Yeah, they gonna say anything about that one. They mad at their own stadium for.
They go out there and they yelling at the stadium. You damn stadium! You heard Aaron Rodgers.
They want a new stadium right now.
Exactly. But yeah, man. Hey, so we're gonna be down in Lot B this Sunday. I know you gotta go do your prayer at Jim's. You're gonna stop by and hang out with us in Lot B.
Yes, sir. Always. I'll stop by.
Cool.
What's up to y'all?
That'll be a good time. I can't wait for it, dude. You got a prediction or anything for this game, or do you think it's just too close to call?
I just know we win. I don't care what the score is. I just know we win. That's what I want. I know we win. We gonna get some gradient in the end zone. You know, we gonna get some turnovers. You know, we see. I can't wait to see what the defense choreographs up. You know, they were very festive last year with their turnover dances. So I know we're gonna have something special coming.
Exactly. Where are you sitting at? You are you in section 158? Are you close to me, or where are you at?
I don't know. I'm gonna find a way to find somewhere around in there. I'm gonna be seat hopping. You know,
seat hopping.
I know that's not good, but you know, I turn up in the stadium. I can never stay where I'm supposed to sit anyways. Because if it's a bad play, I gotta move. I gotta go somewhere. If it's a bad quarter, I gotta go to the other side. I gotta, and I always end up running into somebody who recognizes me and they want me to sit next to them. So I spend time with a lot of fans in the stadium. So I don't know where I'm gonna be at, but just know I'll be around. I might come. You might see me somewhere.
Are you going?
See me, say hi.
Are you going to go take a picture selfie with you and your painting behind you?
For sure. That will happen again too. I got to take a picture every time I step into there. New outfit in the picture.
There you go, Harrison. All right, Harrison, you've been up for 42 minutes. I appreciate it, man. Tell everybody where they can follow you. Anything you want to plug before I let you go?
Yep, just Harrison, the comedian on all social media platforms. Follow me, like a video, like a picture, and enjoy the content that I'm putting out there.
Exactly. But enjoy the prayer, enjoy the victory, laugh afterwards, all that.
Yes,
all
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
All right, Harrison. Appreciate you, brother. Houday.
I appreciate you having me. Houday.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Chop, yeah, I will stop by. Yeah. Chop's all hurt. You're not going to come into lot 1? I'm like, yes, I'll stop by at lot 1 just like I always do. But Maddie and us are in lot B, so that's where I'll be for most of it. But I will, if you guys want to go down to lot 1, you know, Dale and Matt's birthday, they got something special probably planned for them. But yeah, I'll be there. Let's see here. What'd you say, Jeremy? Change you changed your Bengals shirt like 3 times. That during the game when they aren't playing good. Yeah, that's what I felt like trying to do at the game Sunday. I was like, we got to change something up here because this ain't working. I don't know what's going on. But again, I'm not worried. You know, I think it'll be fine. Now let's talk a little Reds here a little bit before we get out of here. If you guys still are paying attention to the Reds, which I hope you are, this team, I have given up on this team so many times this year, especially since like August. I'm like, oh man, we're done. They're just tired. We ain't got the pitching. We got AAA guys coming in. You know, it just ain't gonna happen. You know, it's a good run. Then a game like last night, where they were down 3-0, come back, take the lead 5-3. Detroit comes back and ties it up, and then the Reds end up winning it in the 10th inning, 6-5. And that was a huge win. because two teams in front of us lost. We are a game out of the last wild card spot. The games that start here at 7 o'clock. I think the game starts today. This is a winnable game. Detroit is not very good. We should win this game. This team is not out of it. You got Joey Votto back. Jonathan India looks like, he's hitting like he did his rookie year. Tyler Stevenson is not going to cover off the ball. I think he's finally healthy. He's finally getting consistent playing time. I think that is helping him more than anything else. And he's consistently catching. He does. Some guys, not everybody's Spencer Steer. Some guys can't move around. They play okay, but it affects their offense because they take their worry, their stress out playing defense to their offensive game. Spencer Steer is the MVP for the Cincinnati Reds. He played right field, he played third base, and he played left field last night. 3 different positions. He's played second, he's played first, left, right, third. And no place he hasn't played is center field and shortstop and catcher and pitch. But that guy it does not affect his hitting. And the way they hit last night reminded me of how they were hitting in June and July, where you never thought they were out of it. Ellie De La Cruz finally got off the slide. And if you guys watched that ball, I don't know how it didn't hit the pitcher in the back. The pitcher threw the ball, and he's still bending down, and the ball shot past him. He didn't have time even to come up. He hit the ball so hard it went right back to him. I don't know if we're going to make the playoffs or not, but it's so much fun to have a baseball team that is in it, and these guys don't quit. And yes, I get on David Bell because he drives me nuts with some of his managerial moves and his bullpen moves and stuff. But the bullpen, give it to him, has like 6 different arms, 0 runs. I know Cessus came in and gave up a run that Williamson had on. So that went on Williams' total, not the bullpen's. So the bullpen gave up 0 runs. Now, tonight going into it, with them using 6 different pitchers, I don't know how much of the bullpen you can use tonight. So we really need to get a good start from the starting pitcher, which I know who's starting, but I am having a brain cramp, and I cannot remember who is starting tonight. Does it say? Who's the pitching matchup? It's not telling me here. I don't know. I have to look it up. Maybe you guys can tell me in the chat who the pitching matchup is, because we've had so many different guys come up that Connor Phillips came, which I didn't think he was going to come up. These guys, the thing is, they pitch good. Normally when you have this many rookies come up and make your debut, you lose 100 games like we did last year. You're not in the middle of a pennant race. That's what this team is. I cannot freaking believe where we're at. It's so much fun to have we got a great football team. I know they lost. We got a really good baseball team. And, what'd you say, pork chop? He said, I realized I didn't wear my lucky. That's why we lost. It's Chop's fault. Jeremy, yeah, hell yeah. Go Red Legs. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Let's see here. You guys are all talking about, there you go. Sims. Yes. Painter, if there's a man on first, don't bring in Sims. That's not always true, Paul. Yeah, he's let a lot of them in, but he's come through more than not this year, I think. Connor Phillips is pitching tonight, Rob? Is that who's pitching tonight? Okay. That's cool because I was hoping to see him this year, and I didn't really think we were going to. So this will be his second start. He actually pitched really well in his first start. Now, hopefully he pitches into the 6th or 7th inning because, like I said, we used 6 pitchers yesterday. So, and you got to give it up to this coaching staff. Yes, I guess I bang on David Bell. I think David Bell, the best thing David Bell does is he creates a winning culture, just like Zach Taylor has with the Bengals. Cal Hill, the first base coach, they did a little head bump when they get the first base. I love that dude. He has totally changed this running game. I know the bases are bigger, blah, 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 which that that does make a difference. But the work that he puts into it with the timing of the pitchers and when to go and their slide steps and all this stuff, all this information that he puts into it and tells the base runners, there's a lot to this. And it's changed a lot because of him. So that's why this team, again, you think they're out, but they're not dead yet, and I can't wait to watch it. But anyway, we got them tomorrow, or I got them tonight. I'll get it right here. Tomorrow, who do I have on tomorrow? Let me see here real quick. Thursday. Oh, yeah. Yep, I got third down guy. Mark Walters will be joining the show, and we will discuss the newest news of the Bengals and Reds. My Bearcats are 2-0. I love it. Can't wait till we get that Victory Bell Monday. All right, let's get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream, man. And always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. They are Houday Nation, Houday Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Radical Reds, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar. And then, of course, you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Instagram, Twitter X, TikTok, and Threads. Twitter X is at Jeff A. Trenopole. TikTok is at Iceman90. Threads and Instagram are at Sports with Strawberry Ice. I will be pulling off the sound later on tonight. Put on the podcast on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. YouTubers, 2,350 subscribers. That is awesome. It keeps growing every single day. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors about Sports with Strawberry Ice. Corey Dillon's going to be on again Monday. I'm promoting this every day. Corey Dillon, the greatest running back in Bengals history. Is this going to be an everyday thing? I don't know. I am hoping so. But anytime Corey says he'll come on, he is more than welcome to come on here and to get his Hall of Fame insights. Because I'm telling you, he should be in the Hall of Fame. He should be in the Ring of Honor, and he should be in the Hall of Fame. And he's not as bad a dude as some people think he is. He's a good guy. I like Corey. So he will be back on Monday. I don't have a guest set up for Friday yet. I'm working on that. I'm going to be going down Friday night to the Holy Grail. James Rapine is going to be doing his book signing, Into the Jungle. So that'd be cool if you guys want to come down and say hi to me, or get out there and say hi to James. That would be awesome. So anyway, go Reds. They're going to win this thing tonight. At least I hope so. Every time I say that on the show, they lose. So I'm a little nervous. Hopefully Connor Phillips pitches really well, and everybody else loses, and we get that playoff spot and hang on to it. Other than that, you guys have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, and that's your sports, baby. See ya!